Well, knowing, other situations that have happened and how the feds operate, you can't blame them for doing what they did. I've just felt bad about it ever since. If that's the way it happened, if Ed let these people in, they claimed they were there to help him, see, and then turned out to be federal agents and snagged him.
Those infiltrators had worked for almost a year to get in the good graces enough to get that close to Ed, who was pretty suspicious. Even when I went up there, Randy, he was a little suspicious of me at the time, and everybody knew who I was. But
yeah, well, I wondered, if there was hanging around there when we was up there.
Yeah,
we talked to them and stuff. I hate people like that. They make great Hollywood actors. They're such good liars. Those undercover people, well, not all of them, some of them are. The good ones, they're the ones that get promoted, the best liars.
Yeah, really, and actors and rats of the worst kind of degree. And that I shouldn't say that, because I actually like rats more than I like people like that.
Yeah, me too. I can live with rats. Talking the four-legged kind.
Here it is. KTVB, I guess, is Idaho News Now. Maybe you're familiar with them when you used to live in Idaho. They are reporting that let me read the copy to you. Convicted New Hampshire tax evader Ed Brown wants to subpoena Ruby Ridge survivor Randy Weaver to testify at the Browns' upcoming trial on weapons and explosive charges. Weaver generally has kept a low profile since 1992 in the shootout in Idaho that killed his wife, son, and Deputy U.S. Marshal. Came to New Hampshire in 2007 to support Ed Brown. The Browns go on trial next week on charges stemming from the standoff. Have you heard anything about this, you being subpoenaed?
No, another person from Texas called me yesterday and said that they wanted to subpoena me. I hadn't heard anything except from him and just a private citizen down there.
Yeah.
Then when you called today, you said that was in. You said that was a KTZB. Is in New Hampshire.
I was looking at this version. This is out of Idaho, but the Concord newspaper was also writing that up as well, and. I've seen my name, I guess, kind of caught up in this as well. Former We the People, well-known radio host. I assume that's me since I was involved in this. But they haven't contacted me, and they haven't contacted you. Are you as hard to find as I am?
Hey, you know what? I just had the hernia surgery last Friday, and I'm sitting here hurting right now. They gutted me like a fish, and they'd have to give me more than a subpoena, I think, to get me out there right now.
Yeah, I mean, I'd sure love to do something to help the Browns. I don't know if I can contain myself if I was on the witness stand, though. I got to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's the same problem with me. I'd probably tick the judge off, and he'd tell me to shut up or give me contempt of court. You see, when they go to swear me in, Jack, they'd say, "Do you swear to tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth, to help you God?" And I say, "Well, number one, I don't believe in God because I'm an atheist, and I'll swear to tell the truth." If, on one condition, I can tell all the truth that I know, and that might take some time. And I would look right at the jury, and I would try to educate them to the jury nullification, et cetera, and how crooked our federal government is, and how the financiers and the bankers have totally raped this country in the last 6 months. They're finishing us off. And the Congress is letting them get away with it. They're apparently all sold out to them, and they're too scared to do anything. I mean, I'd probably be in trouble, too.
Well, I don't understand, and I've heard this term sunshine patriots, et cetera, et cetera. I really don't understand why more people aren't getting behind Ed and Elaine. I mean, maybe we don't all agree with their particular strategy in dealing with this case. I don't know if that means that much. I mean, if they would have paid their taxes, that money would have went to, as I constantly say on this show, to AIG, to government motors, to putting up more security cameras, and then, as we mentioned, half the guys in Obama's cabinet weren't paying their taxes. So why can't more Americans, why can't more people in New Hampshire, why can't more people in general and patriots get behind Ed and Elaine Brown, or should we just sit here and watch as they go down?
Well, I know they supposedly have a whole bunch of people that's moved to New Hampshire, and they're supposed to be the freedom-loving people out there, and they got them guys 2 different radio talk shows out there, and Bob and how they're pretty much anarchists, and they're against taxes and all this stuff. But I think that they'd be making a big stink out there. They should be anyway. But
for some
reason, as far as New Hampshire, they keep begging people to move to New Hampshire. That'd be one of the last states I'd move to. I like it where I'm at.
Yeah, that's actually, I would move to your state before I would move to New Hampshire. But here I am in Texas, and we got a pretty good stronghold here. As you know, Randy, you've been here a few times to speak to the people,
yes.
And we're doing okay here, not perfect. I just scratch my head and I think, well, okay, maybe you don't agree with the tactics that the Browns use. Maybe you don't agree with the verbiage that they use, but you must agree with why they stood up in the first place. And I've just seen the Gordon Calls of the world, the Tupper Saucies of the world. I mean, I've just seen a constant parade of people who stand up for what we all believe in, and then when they get in trouble, everybody runs, scurries like cockroaches under the door.
Yes. Well, I don't...
Did you see that happen?
No.
Did you see that happen in your case? I mean, I know you had a lot of support when you guys were up on the mountain, and again, that was extremely helpful. The protesters, the cameras, the media, the alternative media that came up there, literally, I believe, saved your lives. But afterwards, when it went into court, and you were having all these legal problems, did you find that a lot of that support evaporated?
No, actually, it didn't. We had supporters all the way through the trial and everything. I don't know what the difference is, to be honest with you. I've never really stopped and really tried to figure that out.
Yeah.
But no, we had good support right up through the trial, and I don't know. I don't know.
Randy, after it was all over and you're in the trial phase, which you guys ended up, I think, being vindicated, and there were some settlements to reward you guys, though not near enough. You can't settle. Okay, you can't pay somebody for the lives of their family, and
right.
You know that, I know that, everybody should know that.
Yeah.
Did they try to, in the trial phase, turn you and Kevin and the survivors up there against each other? Was there any tactics used in that direction?
I don't believe so. If they did, I don't remember it.
They were running for cover at that point, weren't they?
Well, they were, and that's exactly why I did figure that's exactly why they went to Waco and killed all them people. Got that thing going. They knew they were losing in court. We started court 6 days before they burnt Waco out. Waco started while we was waiting to go to court. And I figured they did that whole deal because they were looking so bad on the Ruby Ridge thing, and they wanted to do something to make the American people think, oh, yeah, we need the ATF and all these things to make up for what they did at Ruby Ridge.
And to demonize people who are, opposing the federal government, I guess, the de facto government, as I've been calling it. Yeah, isn't that interesting? I mean, 6 days, you're in trial, and they go for Waco, which, of course, also blew up in their faces. I would tend to believe that, though I'm sitting in my bubble here now in Texas. At the time, I was like a lot of Americans, I'm ashamed to say, and thought, oh, those kooky, Bible thumpers down there probably, got what they deserved. But the more I looked into it, the more I found out the truth, and that truth has eventually come out, and it has been a black smear on the face of not just the Clinton administration, but the entire government.
Yes, that's right. When they send goons in like that, the only thing they wanted was Koresh. And they didn't even have a legal warrant for him, is what I understand, when they went after him. And they were told, actually, to back off. They'd been discovered they were coming, and that, get these guys that are in charge. It's just, people are funny, and they get real weirdos in, I don't care if it's a company or a church or any organization. You got your weirdos in there, and they usually work their way.
Yeah, they do. Hold on with us, Randy. We'll bring you back after this break. Folks, stay tuned. Deadline Live, AmericanFreedomRadio.com.